Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm a manifestation coach. All the information is below to my website. I prefer you use Cash App, but I use my website to show you the packaging that I offer. Also, something new that I just started offering is one-on-one Zoom meeting. Okay, that's $100 an hour because it's face-to-face and it's a little bit more concentrated. My coaching mostly is consisted of emails and audios coaching, your particular manifestational goals, dilemmas, all of that stuff, beliefs. We go through everything. I mean, really everything. And I usually do recommend you spend a month with me. And here's why, because it takes at least a month for your brain waves to change towards a new habit, new kind of thinking. And because it's until September 1st, it's going to be $500. It's unlimited audios and emails. But come September 1st, it's going to be $750, which is still, guys, it's very discounted from the time I spend with each client and what's available out there. So I want to talk about something very poignant, and nobody's going to tell you this in these very words without, here's the other thing, okay? Why I even started this channel, guys, is because I want to help people. That's my number one motivation. And of course, it has to be a business because you have to get paid for what you offer to the world. And that's something that, all of us have to realize. The reason I want to offer this knowledge is not because I want to say I'm the best. Well, I'm the best to me, as you should be thinking as well. You should always try to be the best. But I feel like a lot of coaches still leave out the possibility to understand what they're talking about. There's a lot of blah, 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 is what I mean to say. They're talking and talking and talking, and I'm just like, can you fucking get to the point? I'm not going to name names, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of you feel this way, okay? So I'm going to talk about something very specific, and you're going to understand exactly what I mean, okay? I'm bringing it down to earth and say it in a way that you actually understand what you need to do, okay? That you're not left wondering. Now, if you're not going to do it, I mean, that's up to you. But if you listen and you understand what you need to do, that part is on me, right? We're going to talk about how to turn the tables on your specific person. Now, specific person doesn't just mean a romantic interest. It means anybody, okay? It's a specific person, somebody specific. And the way you turn the tables on a certain person, usually if you want to change around the dynamic, is because that person isn't acting the way you want them to. So there's a specific situation going on already. And it's because, and the reason it happened is because you weren't aware of what you were creating. Because it's still your manifestation. This is your creation. Like, guys, nobody creates anything in your world other than you. So I know for some people it's very hard to hear because they've created stuff that they don't like. But please, take responsibility for what you have created. It's the only way that you can create something else. So you've created some dynamic with this person. Let's say you feel like you always have to please this person. Let's say you're always coming up short somehow in front of this person, even though you know you're doing your best, or whatever the dynamic is. But you feel like you're being mistreated, essentially. Or you feel like they don't love you back. Or you feel like whatever, okay? Or if it's a business partnership, you feel like they're not doing their part, or they're not acknowledging you, or if it's in the work mode, workplace, excuse me, you're not getting paid enough. Okay, listen to me when I tell you this. Don't do anything in the 3D, okay? If they come to you and say, I'm not being loving to you because X, Y, and Z, you say, okay, that's fine. Yeah, you're right. I'm not doing enough. You're right. Don't argue with the 3D. It's useless. It's completely fucking useless. What you do with that is you just, yeah, that's okay. You ignore it. And what you do instead is you, first of all, like I said, you take accountability for what you have created and realize that you did create it. Now, we can go to great lengths analyzing why you created it and what's what, but the basic point is that you did create it. Now, and honestly, sometime in your spare time, you should definitely analyze it, but just not in this audio. But you did create it. Now, what you're going to do is to create a different kind of person, a different reality. You're going to jump into a parallel reality in which this person behaves the way that you want them to. Period. Period. What's that? You feel like they didn't love you back? No, that now they love you more than you ever loved them. They don't pay you enough money? No, now they gave you a raise. Okay? They're always unacknowledging your accomplishments? No, now they cannot stop talking about that shit. You're the queen of the world or the king of the world. Okay? You completely turn the fucking story around and you say, oh yeah? Oh, okay, that's fine. And you go quietly into your little corner, you grab your pad, okay, and you script a new situation, okay? And the reason I am telling you is because first of all, it's the only way to change the situation. It's not going to happen by itself. Don't wait for it. It's not going to magically appear. This person is not going to understand that they're doing something wrong because they're operating off of the creation that you initially created. Nothing is going to happen on its own. So it's up to you to create it. The way you create it is with your belief that you can, first of all, change it. Nothing is going to happen without you believing that you're going to change it and are able to change it. And very important point here. Nothing is going to change if you think, first of all, that it's not possible, that you can't create. But nothing is going to change if you think this is the same person you've been interacting with. No, it's not. This is a completely different person. That old version has nothing to do with the new one. In fact, you can kind of like joke about it and say, oh yeah, that was the evil version and now this is the good one. And now the past, therefore, pay attention and take notes. I'm sure lots of you have been taking notes already, which you should. The old version has nothing to do with the new one because they're from different realities. And therefore, the past with that new version is not the past that you experienced with the old version. I'm going to say it again. The past that you've experienced with the old version isn't the same past that now you have once you've jumped into a new parallel reality, which you now have with the new version. Your past has changed, okay? You've turned the tables completely on them, and now I'm not saying the new version is going to completely go amnesia on you and not remember some things. But what is going to happen is that suddenly it's as if this person, got struck by a lightning. Something happened, I don't know. Something happened to this person and all of a sudden they changed by completely towards you. And now it's like, I'm really sorry I treated you this way. You are the best thing on earth. How can I like really go out of my way to please you? Like, please tell me. I'm telling you, this is not a joke. I've experienced this in my life because I changed them on purpose. And now it's up to you to, I mean, basically, you've changed it, but now it's up to you if you want to accept it or not. And I know it feels good to finally get recognition for being a nice person. Also, I'm going to squeeze something in here because this reality, the way you jump parallel realities, as I mentioned, you don't completely switch to a reality where this person doesn't remember what happened or you don't remember what happened. There are some similarities, obviously, because it has to be somewhat similar, okay? So they're not going to completely like go blank on you, okay? So even the shit that they did to you, you can use it against them and be like, yeah, remember when this happened? And all of a sudden, the stuff that they were doing that wasn't so nice, where before they weren't apologetic, now they're apologizing for it. So it's a complete switch. Now when you don't put up with that bullshit, it becomes that it's switched on them. Energetically, when you do something towards somebody, yeah, it's on you, unless you don't think that it's on you. Let me explain it in a different way. If I am accepting somebody's bad behavior and I'm taking on that energy and I don't give it back to them energetically, just energetically, like, no, it's their fault that they're acting this way. They keep doing it more. Now, if I turn it around and I say, no, this is actually your shit. This is when they come and apologize. When you say, I have nothing to do with your bad behavior. This is your bullshit. And even though, yes, in the metaphysical sense, you do create their behavior, energetically speaking, you're still turning the tables on them when you don't participate in this kind of blame game. And the last thing I'm going to say, and there's so much to say here, but I'm just going to keep it short for the sake of length. The most important way to turn tables around with your SP is to come to the realization that you are a god of your reality, number one, and your worth is immeasurable, okay? Because many of you, especially the people who seek these kinds of advice and coaching, are usually good people. They're trying to please. They're trying to be nice and accommodating. Sometimes you're too accommodating, okay? How about you accommodate yourself? Focus on yourself. And this means pursue your passions, pursue your goals, focus on what makes you feel good, develop your good qualities and all that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you energetically again what that does. So imagine if you are an energetic vortex, which is what you are, like an energetic field, and you're constantly giving somebody your energy. Well, you're going to be depleted. And it's not really a healthy thing anyway, because it needs to be like, there needs to be a turnaround. They need to give too. But now imagine if you create a magnetic vortex and you're focusing on yourself. The attention is towards you. Now all the things are coming towards you, including your specific person. They can help it. So the reason I say this is because you need to remind yourself it's not about another. It's about yourself. Whenever you focus too much on what the outside is doing or the SP is doing or whatever, it's always the wrong point of attention. The attention needs to be within, because you are the creation. God, you are the vortex. Abraham Hicks, I have to say, with all due respect, really misses out on very important points with me and talks too much. when they talk about the vortex, they forget to say that you are the vortex. There isn't a vortex of your creation. You are the fucking vortex. Okay, I'm gonna fucking write a book, and then you guys gonna buy, come to the signing. You need to be the attractor, the magnet of all good things, including money, including SPs, whatever the fuck you want. And that does not include looking on the outside. That includes looking within, like all Buddhists say, like all really good coaches and teachers say. It's not about the 3D. It's about the internal world. It's whatever you create with your imagination, your energy, your intention. Okay, I'm going to stop here. All the information is below. Until next time, ciao, ciao.